Well, you got to play good. You got to be ready and ready to go out of the gate. We got to win the first game. And if you win the first game, it gives you a chance to be 1-0 and go on and win another one. So we got to start fast. And our big thing this year is we're going to take one game at a time. We're gonna play that game, win or lose. We'll put it behind us. Come Tuesday, we'll start again because I'm giving them Monday off. But I think it's important with this schedule to start fast. Hopefully we can win a majority of our games the first half of the season. And if we do, that'll help us to sustain it, I think. Yeah, we just talked. Ronaldo Thomas from St. Aug passed out today. We don't know how serious it is because we're not doctors, but in talking to them, he's doing fine. He's breathing, he's talking, he's getting around. They're going to keep him overnight to observe him, but again, it's probably a heat thing or a hyperventilation type thing. He didn't get hit. He was in a drill, backpedaling drill. Coaches let him go get water. He went over to get water and just passed out. So we got him. Our trainers did a great job of getting him off the field and cooling him down and got him to the hospital, and he'll stay overnight for observations, but they think he's going to be fine.
Has he had any history of that kind of thing?
From what I heard, he might have had an experience like that at St. August senior year, yes.
Okay, because you would think somebody in camp in this weather.
Hey, nobody's accustomed to this weather. It's like saying, I get used to the snow. Hey, I'm not going to that snow. It's too cold, man. You don't get used to that stuff. Yeah, I think it's attitude. It's attitude. We had over 90% of our players this year stayed this summer and worked out. That's the most players we've ever had. And again, we as coaches can't be there. So our players had to be the coaches. And our older guys took the younger guys under their arm. Each senior has he's a big brother. He has a little guy. He's a mentor. And each one of them grabbed one of the freshmen, and they helped coach them all summer. It's an attitude right now. Our attitude is tremendous. They believe that they can win, and I think that's part of it. You got to start believing you can win, and then you got to go do it. But I think the attitude of our football team has been tremendous. Griffin is the quarterback. I hope to heck he stays healthy because you might have to play, okay? And then I'm really in trouble, all right? But no, all kidding aside, I think DJ Ponder has really come on. He's really progressed as a backup right now. He knows he's a backup, but he also knows he's got to be ready because we've had several quarterbacks go down, as you know, over the last few years. And so they got to be ready. And then Taylor Bullock is trying to be a backup. And then we got the two freshmen who we're taking a good, hard look at. And like I said, both of them are pretty good. But I'm really impressed with Leon right now with his arm quickness and his arm strength and his athleticism. Nick Sanjak, come on.
What is his strength?
Well, I'll tell you what, fundamentally, I was impressed. I mean, he's got really good fundamentals. Talking to Rick, he knows how to drop. He's got a quick arm. He's pretty accurate arm. At times he throws real tight spiral. He throws some wobbly ones too, but so did I when I played once in a while. But I think he's a lot like Griffin was when he was a freshman. That's what he reminds me of. So I think he's got a good future.
The defense is
Well, I think, first of all, our defense is pretty good. It's the best defense we've had since we've been here. And obviously, we got to do a better job of stopping the run because we were not very good last year. When you're first in the league in pass defense, that tells you something, right? It means you're not very good in run defense. So we got to do a better job of run defense, and Steve's worked extremely hard of coaching. We can't give up explosive plays because that hurt us last year too. But our defense is good. Our front seven, I think, is really good. We got a lot of depth at defensive line. We got a lot of depth at linebacker, and those starting linebackers are really good. So I feel good about the front seven right now, and they're going to give our offense some fits. But I've always believed that defensively, you're always ahead of the offense early. I don't worry about it. We don't have to win practice. We don't have to win a scrimmage. We got to get better. We got to prepare ourselves for our first game. Well, it's time for us to do something. I've tried to build this program on a solid foundation. It's a tougher job than I thought it was going to be. We've had some high points, but we've had a lot of low points, and it's just time to put up. And I'll be disappointed, to be honest with you, if we don't get to a bowl game. No question. There's no question. If you don't have a gunslinger, you got a problem. Look at all the great teams. They've all got great quarterbacks. Look at the Saints. Look at the Colts. Look at a couple teams in our conference. Case Keenum, is a heck of a quarterback at Houston. G.J. Kinney, you look at him at Tulsa. I mean, if you got a quarterback, you got a great beginning. If you don't have a quarterback, it makes it very difficult. Yeah, Griffin's feeling really good. You know, he had the bone removed in his foot. He had his shoulder operated on. He's worked extremely hard. He got some great advice from Drew Brees. Drew Brees, when he was here, showed him a program. He calls it prehab. Instead of rehab, he's doing prehab. And so he's got a routine where he lifts weights and works out to get his shoulders stronger because you get hit in the shoulders and the arms a lot. So Drew's helped him to incorporate a program to help him so hopefully he doesn't get injured. Well, from a special team standpoint, there's a lot of things. Number one, you know, you got to have a snapper. We got a great snapper in Jonathan Edwards. I mean, he's really good. You got to have a kicker. And in Cairo Santos, I think we got a great kicker. You got to have a punter. You know, Ginsburg was a true freshman, punted last year. He's gotten better. He's got to continue to improve, okay? But then you got to have returners, and right now that's something that we're working at. We're trying to find the best possible return guys. So we're auditioning several guys. If you look at the Bears, they're a good special teams team, right? Because they got Hester, okay? You got Reggie Bush returning punch. You're going to be a good special teams team, you know? Now they got Sproles, you know? So players make special teams. Skilled athletes make special teams. When you start talking about 53 in the third by 100 yards and you spread people all over the field, you're talking about athleticism. And that's why we've tried to improve our speed and athleticism. You know, we get the little guy from Destrehan that's at Tulsa and you kick him the ball and you get him in the open field. It's like a chicken cut run around with his head cut. You can't catch him, okay? So, you know, we've got to make sure that, you know, we do a better job in special teams. And I think because of those things, I think we will be better.
Who are the candidates for return?
Well, we've got Strozier, who did a little bit last year, then he got injured. Jamar Thomas, one of the freshman running backs, is one.
Which freshman running back?
Jamar Thomas.
He's,
Jamar.
I'm thinking of him.
Yeah, he's also a returner. Yeah,
No, okay.
yeah, Jamar. And also Carlos Wilson, who is actually a walk-on, but is really talented. Returned a kickoff for a touchdown in the spring game. And then we're looking at a couple freshmen right now. You know, we're just kind of looking at them. But from a kickoff return standpoint, same kind of guys returning kickoffs. We'll also have Barnett back there. We had Darkwa for a while, but he won't be doing much of that. And then we're going to audition a couple of those freshman running backs to see how they can do in returning kickoffs. They're not really punt returners. No question. Well, you know, Casey Robotham, the reason he was back there, and he was back there when they punted the pooch punts, when they're kicking it in, because he was going to catch the ball. I mean, Casey Robotham could close his eyes and catch a BB in the dark. You know, I mean, he had such great hands. Unfortunately, he got hurt one game. We put another guy in there who's no longer in this program, and he fielded a punt inside the 10 and dropped it and ended up contributing to us losing a football game. So, yeah, you're right. You got to have a guy that can catch the ball, first of all, and then hopefully be a good runner. And if you get a guy that can catch it and is a good runner, then you got a special player, and that's what we're looking for. Jimmy.
Coach, defensive hours.
Well, I think it's a combination of things. Sometimes it was a guy's doing a good job against us, blocking us and running. Army, they did a nice job of misdirection run and the big physical fullback that got us. The other games, we were maybe out of position at times and gave up some big explosive pass plays. You know, we led the league in pass defense, but we gave up big explosive plays, and we gave up some explosive runs. And Steve's phone number is 386-5879. He'll talk to you after a while, okay? But hopefully we're better. This is a new year.
How aggressive will you be as a play caller?
I will probably be pretty aggressive. I have been aggressive over the past. And I think the thing you have to do, you got to take some shots down the field, you know. And I think we've been too much of a, you know, dink and dunk and be safe. And I think we're too simplistic. I think people catch up. I want to create more problems for the defense. And I think maybe if you talk to Steve, who's been defending us now, and you see some things over the past, I want to create more problems for the defense. And I'm not opposed to taking shots. I think we need to take more shots. And obviously, I'm always going to have a couple trick plays every game, so we're going to do some of that too. And that's for momentum type plays to hopefully score a touchdown and to make it exciting and entertaining too.
Has that sprung in
It really has. I am so much more excited right now. You know, as a head coach, you stand there, punt. You know, okay, we're going for 2 next time. And then I suggest to Steve, maybe do this. Dan, maybe the next time we do it, look at that. you're not involved in the game, man. And you know, one of the reasons I got involved is because, number one, I love coaching quarterbacks. Poor Ricky got me in his hip pocket half the time helping him, but I'm probably screwing him up. But I love coach quarterbacks. But more importantly, I love scheming. I love game planning, and I love play calling. And I relinquished that the last couple of years. And I'm glad I'm back doing it again. Let's put it that. And it has nothing to do with anybody else, okay? But it has to do with me. I want to enjoy this experience, and so I'm going to do it the way I want to do it.
Did your team gain anything by having the Saints around this offseason?
Yeah, I think they did. I think you know what they did. They learned great work ethic. You know, I think Renee asked a question a while ago. What did the work ethic? These guys didn't have any coaches out here, and I'll tell you what, they were working their butts off. You know, I don't know, you guys probably didn't get to see them. I was in my window looking down and watching them. And I'll tell you what, they're in that weight room. They got in our meeting rooms. They were meeting. They were out there busting their butts. Man, I was impressed. Our players saw it. They were impressed. Yes. Any other, go ahead.
Brandon, sorry.
LeBeau?
Yeah.
No, you.
Is that a surprise as quickly as he's been able to get as many reps as?
Yeah, Steve's still mad at me because he's not playing defense. But, you know, he played quarterback, obviously, played defensive back. We recruited him, he was about 180 pounds. Now he's over 200, and he ran under 4.5. He was out there working with Griffin, and when we came in, I said, Griff, what do you think? He said, this guy LeBeau, coach, don't move him to defense. Poor Steve's still mad at me and Griff, but he said, coach, the guy's really good. So the first 3 days we were watching him, and today he made some phenomenal catches. We were saying, hey, well, let's look at him. He can help us maybe here. He could help us maybe at corner. And then I asked him, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to be a receiver. So we're putting him where he wanted to be first. Now, if he couldn't have done it, I would have moved him to defense. But I think he's going to be a real threat.
Where did the idea to play at Hawaii come from? Was it, did they approach y'all, or was it,
Yeah, I think they approached Rick Dixon, and Rick asked me, you want to go to Hawaii? I said, hell yeah, you kidding me? Why not? And so I said, yeah, let's go. You know, I'll accept that. Bring them on. I said, and then he said, well, you got to win 7 games. I said, bring them on. Let's go. Bring them on, baby. Let's win 7. But I think it's great. I played over there 6 times. I coached the Hula Bowl over there, an all-star game. I've had some great experience. Great place. Tough place, and we're going to leave like on Tuesday. So it's not a vacation. It's not a bowl game. It's an important football game for us. And I hope we already have 7 wins prior to getting there. But if we don't, we got to go win that football game.
You mentioned Cairo Santos a couple of times. If you're going to have a guy miss summer conditioning, I guess you'd rather it be a kicker.
Yeah, he was in Brazil, by the way. Okay.
Has he picked up where he left off in the spring?
He must have worked hard because he did pick up. We kicked field goals this morning. Wow. I mean, he was kicking them. And Greg Davis coaches the kickers. Greg was over there. He was salivating. He's, Coach, he kicked 4.38. He kicked, kickoffs. He was so excited about kickoffs. And I tell you what, he was really good last year. He's going to be really good this year. Yeah. And kicking off will help us tremendously. He's a little stronger because of the weightlifting program. He's kicking a little bit deeper, and he's kicking a little bit higher with more hang time. He's a heck of a kicker. Oh, I don't know if it's a sense we have to do it right now. Like I said, I've worked extremely hard along with this coaching staff and these players to get the position to be where we are right now. We have laid a really solid foundation. I've played young guys that weren't ready to play, but we had to play them. Okay, 3 years ago, we had 17 season-ending injuries. I've never had that in my life. And then the last 2 years, I've played freshmen, I've redshirted freshmen, and now we're a sophomore, junior football team that's played a lot of football. They're a lot stronger. They're a lot more athletic. We are better than we've ever been. Now, again, does that equate to more wins? I don't know. We'll all find out. But I feel a lot better getting off the bus that first game than I've ever felt since I've been here. Did that answer your question? Any other questions? Thank you.